G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game of Age of Empires 4 today. We've got two big boys for you, rank number 1, rank number 2 on the ladder. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a tournament game. Let's get into it. This is going to be fun. Spawning in the west corner of the map in the color orange, playing as the French representing Team Elephant. Ladies and gentlemen, it's CSO. And in the north of the map in the color yellow, playing as the House of Lancaster, it is Beastie. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a casted game. A pleasure to have your company here on Frisian Marshes. Let me get that out correctly. I was trying to roll my R there and needed to start the word correctly. Now, do we have double scout opening? We don't have anyone going for a double scout opening, so CSO's actually got a quite decent advantage over Beastie here in regard to his positioning. He's on the outside. You can see Beastie's trying to cut the inside route and see if he can grab any sheep around the backside. He manages to get one, but now, of course, CSO's just going to go and collect every single sheep on this field right now. On top of that, we have some interesting aggression coming out, which I tell you right now, I like this a lot. And if you like this a lot as well, make sure you leave a like on the video. It really helps out with the traction of the channel. And I mean, let's talk about what we're witnessing here, because we're witnessing an opening from the House of Lancaster that we've not seen before. And I like this. I like this a lot. Of course, this is a tournament game. Money is on the line. Whoever wins this series between these two players goes up on that little group stage ladder that they have and gets a little bit stronger compared to the next person and has a higher chance of going through the finals or the grand finals. So it really matters here. And the fact that Beastie is pulling out this strategy right here, right now, means it's got to be good. It's got to be good. Now, it could be map dependent. You got to keep that in mind. So don't just be going into your dry Arabias expecting your spearman rushes the House of Lancaster to be winning you points and taking you all the way to gold 3. Because, well, there's probably a little bit more complexity to it than that. But you can see CSO on the gold right now. He's gone for an early wheelbarrow. Does he cancel the early wheelbarrow in favor of keeping these villages or bringing these villages back? It doesn't look like it. He's at 151 gold. He's going to try and commit to take it out or take it down. One vill's gone back. I think he's probably going to have enough for it. But Beastie going to be causing a lot of havoc here early on, doing some real damage. Oh, I don't think CSO's going to have enough. Oh, this could be really bad right now for CSO. Got to lose a villager. It's terrible for him already. He's only at 164 gold. Should have cancelled the wheelbarrow, my friend. Should have cancelled the wheelbarrow. Wow. What a start. What a start. I tell you what. Now, keep in mind that EGC TV will be running this event pretty much for the entirety of this month, if I remember correctly. So we've got a lot of these games that are going to be coming up for you over the next couple of weeks. So hopefully you're enjoying them as much as I'm enjoying casting them. It's wonderful getting to dissect the very top echelon of players. Don't get me wrong. I love watching all my Conqueror 3 games. But unfortunately, when it comes to the tippity top of the table, nobody really... No one gets me excited the same way that these kind of players do, because this is a whole nother level right here. Beastie working his magic here on the offense. CSO trying his best to hold it down. Now, CSO is, in my opinion, one of the most aggressive players. He is up there with Lucifron. He is up there with Vortex. When I think of aggressive players, I now think of CSO. He is just monumental aggression. And I'm curious to see what he's got in store for us today. Now, I just realized we've got to switch these bad boys around, so let me do that. There we go, at the top of the screen. Now it actually makes a bit more sense, and it's going to be a Chamber of Commerce. It's going to be a Chamber of Commerce, which I love to see, because I've had this theory recently, and I'm sure you've heard me express it in videos, multiple videos perhaps, where I think that the correct counter to the House of Lancaster and their whole boom shenanigan that they do is trade. I think trade makes the most sense. It's basically, they're inviting you, hey, you know, like 10 minutes, no rush. And you're like, okay, 10 minutes, no rush. And then you meet at 10 minutes. And who can be further ahead? Is it the 2 TCs? No, it's not. Is it the trade? It is always the trade. The trade is going to be further ahead. And especially with something like the Chamber of Commerce here coming out from CSO, I'm looking forward to seeing how Beastie goes about stopping this, because we've seen this very thing happen before. My suggestion to combating this was actually utilizing the Hobbler, which was their horseman replacement, the House of Lancaster. Another thing to note, just for this game and for all the future games that are coming, keep in mind that when it comes to the matchup, by the way, 13 vills? Did I just see that? Why does it say he's got 13? Why has he got so many vills on this age up? What is going on here? He really wants to get these traders out. what was I going to talk about? Oh, yeah. Normally when I'm looking for matches to cast, right, I'll be like, okay, what are these guys playing? I'll like go and hop into their game, and it's like, okay, he's playing Delhi Sultanate versus the French. And I'll be like, no thanks. I'm looking for the new civs, but at the end of the day, we will be casting some of the OG civs as well, so just keep that in mind. You know, when it comes to good games, we don't always get to choose good games, and we don't always get to choose the civs that we want to see. But I will try and bring you guys a more diverse range of civilizations, because I know that there's been quite a few House of Lancaster games recently, but unfortunately that's just been the good games, have been the House of Lancaster ones. But Beastie about to age up though. House of Lancaster already looking quite strong. 5 minutes and 20 age up here. I'm curious to see exactly what kind of timings we get here, because he's looking pretty healthy, pretty happy at this stage of the game. And how does he go about playing this game out from here? Because now that the traders are out, I'd be tempted to drop down a stable. I wonder if he goes for a stable here. I kind of hope he goes for the stable. It's going to be a manor. I thought it was a stable. I got so excited in my head. I was like, yeah, it's a stable. It's not. It's a manor. Trader's going to be forced back. Now, interestingly, I think this trader was going out over to this trade post right here, but he's decided, you know what, I'll come down to the south side. Let's do it that way instead. Chamber of Commerce, of course, going to be working its magic. Stable going to be coming up for CSO. I was going to call him Louis MT. They're very similar players. Louis MT a little bit more defensive than CSO. CSO very aggressive, but this is one of those few games that we're watching where CSO is definitely on the back foot with regard to his aggression. Wall coming up for Beastie. Second mana also coming online as well. Going to be scouted out here by CSO, looking to find any kind of information that he can about the enemy. At this stage of the game, all he knows is that Beastie has gone for this early aggression, and that is pretty much it. Behind the scenes, he's looking to build that economy, and this is something that I love a lot. I love the idea of Dark Age rushing, just because it forces the opponent off balance. And I've talked about this a lot in the videos that I do, is that the power of the Dark Age rush is that in your enemy's mind, they have a plan. And everybody has a plan until they get rushed in the face. And that's exactly what happens when you hit them with that Dark Age rush. Because in Louis' head, oh, sorry, here I go again. In CSO's head, sorry, I've got in my head that he's Louis. He's not. They're different people. I can verify they're different people. They're playing games at the exact same time. Louis is playing in a game. CSO's playing a game. Unless he's got a whole bunch of hands, it's a different person. In his head, CSO, he's got a plan when he comes into this game. He says, okay, I'm going to go for like a pretty, oh my god. I'm going to go for a pretty standard opening. Just keep it real. I'll go for my Chamber of Commerce. Look to try and build up as many traders as I can. I'll stay feudal if I need to. Maybe get out like some archers. I'll get out some knights. And then from there, I'll go Castle, Royal Institute, and I'll get Royal Bloodlines. And I'll try and finish him off in Castle Age with Royal Bloodlines. So that's his plan in his head. And because of that, when Beastie comes along and rushes him in the face, now all of a sudden that plan kind of goes out the window. He's still got like a rough idea, rough game plan. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. But now the build order is off. Now the timings are off. Now everything's a little bit slower because of it. You know, you've lost a villager, so your economy's going to be down a bit. You've lost quite a lot of mining time in the early game. Whereas Beastie, the great thing about what he's done is everything that he did was prepared. Beastie, from the beginning of this game, he came in and said, well, I know what you're going to do. I think you're going to do a trade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in, I'm going to attack really early with my spearmen. I'm going to hit you on the gold. I'm going to isolate that gold, and now all of a sudden it's going to delay you. It's going to force you to make military units that you didn't want to have to make because you wanted to trade, because you thought you would get away with it up against me because I'm playing House of Lancaster, but the reality is you won't get away with it. And because of that, Beastie can optimize his build order around this. And as we can see right now, despite going for that early rush, despite getting that barracks out, despite getting the early spearmen into the enemy base, Beastie has still found a way to build that economy up, and we still see it behind the scenes right here. A huge amount of gold in the bank. He's also got a whole bunch of stone that is currently coming through. He is looking to max out his manors. He's got 6 out of 6 at the moment that he's constructed. The next 3 are about to come through. You can see he's got the vills on food. Probably about to have enough to gather that up, or to get that research. And there we go. We see it coming through. The open field system now being researched for him. And that's going to allow him to go up to those 9 manors in total. And we also see Muster the Nobles coming through. So looking to put some pressure on with cavalry, get it out onto the map. Keep in mind that CSO's already started to construct or train units. We've seen plenty of archers to deal with these spears, arguably a little too many. We've seen 7 archers already, and every archer that you make is 1 less trader that you're going to be making, or maybe like half a trader. But the whole idea is that you want to make as little as you need to. And because of that, Beastie's going to have a field day out here, because the Demi-Lancers, 8 Demi-Lancers now coming out, a total of 6 manors. He could have waited a little bit longer. I mean, realistically, he could have waited another 30 seconds and got himself another 3 Demi-Lancers. But the reality is, at this point, you're already getting very good value from 8 demi-lancers. The difference between 8 and 11 demi-lancers is not a huge difference, right? Like, the difference between 5 and 8 is a lot. The difference between 8 and 11, a lot less. So because of that, he's definitely getting great value on this. We start to see walls coming up for CSO, so looking to try and bring that plan into play here. Down towards the south side of the map, he sits unaware. Trader number looking decent, looking strong. He's up to 14 traders at the moment. You can see that. In total, he's got 14. Ideally, we'd love to see CSO move towards every trader towards that back little market. That should be their home market. Knight and a scout together. And he's got no idea. He's got no idea what's about to happen until the demi-lancers are on top of him, and he's now spotted them out. And with this, the Knights on the other side of the field are going to have to be brought back across here, and immediately we see him making his way down over here. He says, I need to intercept this before real damage gets done. He tries to surround the Knights, not able to find the connection. And unfortunately, those Knights get away from him. Beastie now continuing down towards the trade line. We don't see any other units coming out from him. He's going straight to castle. This is incredible. And I think this is the real power that we are witnessing of this civilization when it comes to this kind of timing, really aggressive opening, the follow-up, and I gotta say, I love it. I love it. I think this is the way that House of Lancaster should be played. I think it's the way that it will be played. This is incredible what we are witnessing right here, right now. Now Beastie turning the tides, looking to try and get that surround once again. No, he's decided, you know what? Oh, I love it. I feel like I'm glazing a little bit right now. I gotta be careful with how close I get to the glaze, because I know that if I can praise, but if I glaze, that's when the issue really starts to come out. But it's looking good so far. Beastie's number, he's down 25 villagers, but obviously he's got a whole lot going for him in the form of manors. He's got the equivalent right now of 9 manors, and each one of these worth about 3 villages, so about 27 villages equivalent that he's got. So if we were to carry that over, he would have a very slight lead with regard to that economic unit cap. But have a look at this. No, don't tell me he's doing it. Don't tell me he's potentially going to be doing the Knight spam with the SS, the collar of SS coming through. I suspect he will. He could also go into the hobblers. Honestly, I prefer the hobblers though. I hope he goes hobblers. Hobble me up, Beastie. Hobble me up. What is he going for? He's going collar of SS. Okay, so it's just going to be the hobbler, rather the Knight play. But now with the collar of SS, that means these demi-lancers are going to be buffed up. So you do want to avoid losing these. And have a look at this. He hasn't lost a single one yet. That is impressive control. The fact that he's not lost a single one yet. Do we see the monastery coming up just yet? We'll take a look and spot it out. Nothing just yet for him. But he is going to fall back. So still got the 8. Got the charge coming through. I don't know why he's taking this fight here. The Knight numbers are scary. And the upgrade yet to come through for him. On the side of CSO, he's looking for an age up as well, probably going to be the Royal Institute. I can't imagine he would do anything but the Royal Institute here, especially with this level of gold income that he's going to be having in this game. Would feel very, very silly if he didn't. There's the collar of SS now coming through, or collar of Nesses, as it says on my screen, because it's the north arrow is blocking it. Anyway, Iron Undermesh also coming through. Wheelbarrow coming through on the side of Beastie. All the upgrades are on the way. Age up about to be dropped down from CSO. We'll check in with him shortly. It's going to be the Royal Institute, so there we go. We got that one correct as well. So both of the techs, or both of the tech age ups are coming through for these players. Beastie putting on some big pressure here early on in this game. CSO, I feel like he may have made not enough units in the I take it back. I feel like he's made a perfect amount of units for the feudal age. I just don't know where these were. Where were these knights hiding all this time? I mean, the wall's slowly coming up, and keep in mind, as long as you're able to maintain the integrity of that wall, you're going to be okay with regard to your situation. But beautiful charges coming through. CSO now working his magic. Will we see some strong micro here? Let's have a look. 2 world's best players. That's some strong micro. 3 HP on that knight. It'll be moving back and looking to potentially heal. He hasn't picked up his chivalry just yet. But of course, there's other ways that he can heal. If you get an idea of what I'm pointing at. Knight numbers starting to boom here. Expect him to pick up that veterancy ASAP. Should be coming through immediately. Let's take a look and see. There it is. Oh, he's mucked it up a little bit right here. He ideally wants it as this first slot. He's actually going to be also getting the Royal Bloodline upgrade. That's going to take quite a while to come through, and now we can see he's fixed it up. 90 seconds on the Royal Bloodline. So Beastie wants to take as many fights as he can before that Royal Bloodlines comes through, before the veterancy comes through, and this is the best time for him to fight right now, so he's able to get as much value as he possibly can against these knights. But you can see the control is very good from CSO, pulling back the units whenever they're low health, able to do quite a bit of work here, and the numbers still looking like they're in his favor. Indeed, Beastie going to get cleaned up. It looks like he's going to run up the line of traders, the trade line, the merchant line. I guess we'll go with the trade line for now. Monk going to be picking up the relics as well. How many relics have we got? We've got 1 in the bag, 1, 2, 3 on the field, 4th one over here. So we've got a total of 5 relics on the map in play today. Knights should be easily able to clean up these enemy knights. They've got that extra 6 damage, so you do have to be aware of that, but he's got the number advantage, so he should be fine. We'd love to see some more walls coming up from CSO towards the front of the base. He's got a great opportunity to wall across here. Plenty of space to wall the base. Hopefully keep the knights out of his face, because this is definitely not the place that you'd want to be dealing with these knights. I was going to try some more, but I think we'll just leave it at that. Where does Beastie go from here? So Beastie's made a whole bunch of knights, sent them off to the enemy with his demi-lancers, and then just kind of left them. They're getting cleaned up now. He's obviously sent a couple back more. Why are there so many dead knights over here? Hold on a minute. That's a lot of dead knights. These must have been all those low health knights that got sent away, and then they got brought back over here, and Beastie just picked them off one by one by one. So numbers are looking a little bit more even now for him as well. But let's check in with CSO. Let's see how he's doing. So at the moment, 30 traders. He's got decent trade numbers. 58 on this one coming through. 58 here, 58. 67. So you can see 71 on this one. So you want to try and trade with this back market. You're always going to be getting better return on investment the longer those trades go. Interestingly, it looks like he's going to be putting a keep down. So not opting to go for the walls. He does have space in here for the farms for the moment, but that infantry number is building for Beastie. So this could become a real problem if Beastie looks to push the issue here. Now, archer numbers are also building here for CSO, which is a good sign. We'll switch it over to income per minute, get a bit of an idea on where these two currently stand against each other. Of course, Beastie sitting on a solid 3,000 resources a minute. We'll focus on that later as the knight number going to dwindle with all of those spears around. You definitely want at least a handful of archers to help you deal with that. He's up to 4 now. That should be enough. He should be able to turn the tide against that. The spearmen are not yet veteran. About to come through that upgrade, and you can see the archers being brought to the front here. He wants to try and get as much damage off on them as he can. Relics continue to get picked up. It's a 3-1 ball game. Last one in the middle of the map. Going to be a 4-1 ball game. Beastie with a decent split there. Knights towards the front. Both of them getting their charges off. And the spears coming forward. Billman upgrade not yet through. Vils brought to the fore. I love the villagers being brought forward. Pull the Vils back right now. That's a perfect time to pull it back. Let's see how he looks to play this. He's really looking to sacrifice it here, and he knows that he's got the economy coming out from the traders. Has he just made the decision in this circumstance here to commit with the villagers, knowing that he's got the trade in the long run, so he should be okay? I think that might be the play. He probably recognizes that this army is too difficult to deal with right now, just purely with military forces, so he had to bring the villagers in, and I think the majority of the villagers have gone down. 16 have been taken out this game. A couple more behind the scenes. No wall to prevent anything from coming through. At the same time, we've seen that knight behind enemy lines just working its magic, and Beastie all over him right now. CSO in trouble as Beastie really looks to claw back some economy in this game. We'll check in with his line of sight, and you can see the scout moving down to the south. Knights still working their magic here, just cleaning up this mess. 21 workers killed now, and the knight going to try and come through all the way back to the backside. You can see he's working his way down here. Beastie very happy with this exchange, undoubtedly. Needs to fall back and regroup at this point. He is starting to rally units towards this position. He's got a lot of production out on the front, and now beginning to move out all of these villagers. That knight still running up the trade line. He's got a couple of options to have for his breakfast here today. He's going to settle on the one that's got the highest HP. Obviously not watching it all that close. Billman upgrade now going to be coming through as well. The second knight has entered the game. It's not pretty. There's probably going to be reinforcements on the way shortly, right? Where are the units? Knights are now moving down towards the south side. One of the things I'd love to see from CSO is a wall across here with a gate on it. If you really want to keep this open, just do that. And then that stops the knights going too far down the line. Of course, you've still got them in your base, but it's a lot easier to deal with them in your base. You've got less distance to run. Charge comes through. Chivalry's also in play now. A lot of low health knights back here, and the keep comes up eventually. But no deny coming through from Beastie. More units moving over towards that east side. It's Spearmen. It's as well some more knights, and now Sacred Site going to be taken. We are growing our economies slowly but steadily. Upgrades on the way through as well for Beastie. We'll check in with him and see how he's doing. He's got a lot of production back here. Have a look at the amount of stables. We're talking about 7 stables right now for the Beast. That is a lot of production potential. Has he picked up any additional upgrades? Let's take a look and see. No military tactics training, which is a common one. We don't see hill training coming through just yet either. I'd love to see both of these. Honestly, hill training together with hobblers, just to constantly be raiding this backline, is very, very nice. All sacred sites now taken. And CSO in a little bit of trouble. You can see the spearmen just doing a wonderful job just surrounding, trying to do a little bit of hit and run right there. A little bit of stab and run. More units towards the front. Oh, he's in trouble. He's in real trouble, CSO. He is losing his bleeding units. He's bleeding his villagers. But have a look at this, the spearmen. It's almost like they just got deleted. He's got the guild merchants upgrade as well, which is lovely to see. Extra little bit of gold generation for these traders as they march across the map. And now more and more billmen inside the base. Can we please get another wall across here? I mean, the wall doesn't really do much though, does it? That's the reality, isn't it? It's like, it's a temporary hindrance, but you know, when a whole bunch of units end up coming through there, it's very quick to fall. Archer numbers looking a little bit better. And now the Knights able to clean this up, but meanwhile behind the scenes, Beastie doing a miraculous job right now of dealing with this trade, because the trade is the real threat. If we check in with CSO and see how he's doing, 39 traders still on the field. He's still up about 30 or 20 economic units, which is a decent amount. But obviously keep in mind that Beastie's got an economy that is building up of his own. It's just untouched this entire game. He's got 4 relics, 2 sacred sites, 9 manas. So he's got a whole lot of passive resource that is coming through. And I think this is a good opportunity. Honestly, he's done a lot of damage. I think he could look to go Imperial at this point. He's still training units though. And I guess one of the other things that you do need to be very cautious of are the knight numbers, because you got to remember that throughout this game, CSO has been spamming out knights, he's been cleaning up units, and sure, you've been raiding a lot, you've been killing a lot, but it's one of those difficult things that, you know, I remember that game that we casted, who was it? Crackety here versus Kaup, Mongols versus the Delhi Sultanate, and no matter how many traders you kill, they just keep rebuilding. They just keep rebuilding because it's so easy to rebuild them. It's just, you know, it's a simple, I just click the button and they just rebuild, and I can build lots of markets, and every trader that you kill, it's just going to be replaced by another 2 traders. So it's one of those things that, you know, as you're killing more traders, they're killing your army. And what that's going to mean is that you've got more and more, they've got more and more units, whereas you don't. You're losing your army as it's raiding. So I think that might be one thing that Beastie's a little bit aware of. And you can see that despite, you know, my suggestion, hey, go Imperial, you can see the consequence of him going Imperial right now would be that there would be no units to defend his base. So he really has to make sure that he's 100% paying attention to that army of his opponent. Spearman number looking quite good here. He's got some crossbows out as well. Keep in mind, these are Royal Bloodline heavy knights. Heavy knights? Heavy knights. Heavy cavalry. We'll go with that one. Archer's going to try and focus down the spears at the back. Number looking pretty decent for CSO here. On the offensive, more knights continue to come through. I think Beastie could be in a little bit of trouble here. Crossbows are going to try and kite this out, but you can see just how much damage these knights are taking. Yeah, Beastie's in a little bit of trouble. 21 knights coming out. Could you imagine if he went Imperial here? That would have been a terrible decision. Fortunately, I'm not the one playing. It's Beastie. So we're in good hands, but I tell you what, House of Lancaster is going to need a little bit of assistance right now, because the numbers are looking worse and worse as every second of this battle goes by. Ville's now going to start to be taken out, and now the rest of the army continues to look down the barrel. It's going to be towards the backside. He's going to try and... He's actually doing a pretty decent job of keeping these crossbows alive. You can see that the crossbows mass still stands strong. He's got 22 of them out at the moment, rallying out a whole bunch more units, and this is what part of the reason why French are so damn fearsome, because of these knights. You look at the knights and you think, okay, I can deal with that. That's okay. And then you remember that they've got royal bloodlines, and that's the one thing that really sets them apart. That royal bloodlines, that charge damage that they get, you just underestimate them, and because of that, it can be so dangerous playing against them. But we now see a little bit of a raid attempt coming out from CSO. Exactly what he needs to get back into this game. He's been facing a lot of pressure here from Beastie early on. I say early on, we're 23 minutes into this game. It's been non-stop. The Beast has been pressuring him, trying to do his best to keep him down. But CSO in a little bit of trouble here, as the spears and crossbows make their way forward. Horsemen now going to be coming out. What horsemen? Why horsemen? I don't understand the horseman idea. Maybe because they don't get countered by crossbows and they get bonus damage against crossbows? Is that the play from CSO? Maybe that's the play. I feel like it still would have made sense to go for the knights, but he's going to turn around, dish out some decent damage here. Billman towards the front. Crossbow numbers still looking quite decent. And Beastie happy to hold for the moment. Meanwhile, Vills get chased away. He's taken out about 5 of them so far. But the number of knights have significantly fallen. He's on 20 knights at the moment. He's got enough resources in the bank for 16. Literally 13. You could literally have 13 knights on the field right now for CSO if the macro was on point. But it's one of those little things that even the best player in the world will start to fall apart after some time. And obviously, CSO, still not number 1. Currently on the rank ladder, number 2. But even he will start to fall apart after a certain amount of time. And it's just one of those things. Is he going imp? There's no way he's going imp. Is he gonna... I mean, you could go Red Palace here. Where do you put... Do you just drop the Red Palace here and just hope you can get it up? You just bring 46 Vills? Is that what he's doing? If he was doing that, then why would he... I mean, he's not making any other units. Why would he get the upgrades then? Wouldn't you just not get the up? Yeah, okay. Is he going for it? Red Palace right here? I think that's the play, right? Is that what he's going to go for? Kind of wild play if that's what he does. He's thinking about it. There's no way. He's doing it. He's doing it. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, okay. Interesting. I would have thought you would have gone for here. But this is one of those things where it's like it protects, it gathers, it gets the gold. And I mean, this is already kind of protected by the keep in the town center anyway, because you have the arbalist in placement. He's going to take a fight. I don't know if I agree with a fight. Maybe the whole idea is that you want to try and scare the enemy off so that you can get the landmark up. Maybe that's the idea. He's got 18 vills on it, 6 at the moment. He's moving 12 more out to it. Maybe that's the idea. Like, if you know where the enemy is and you can try and, like, is he trying to fake the battle? Maybe that's what he's trying to do. Maybe he likes his numbers. He's got to try and commit here as he's aging up. A little bit of a cardinal sin, I'll say that right now. Pushing while aging, but he likes his chances. The crossbow is going to get forced back away from this, and the numbers are looking pretty good for him. Knights around the top side going to also try and find a way through. He's got good numbers, should be able to clean it up, and now CSO forced back away from this. The age up about to come through, and with that, it'll guarantee him that he's got an advantage heading into the Imperial Age. And where does Beastie go from here? I mean, in this situation, I think as CSO, all you do is you go Elite Archers, University, Incendiary Arrows, +3 ranged attack, and push, right? He's going to go for Elite Knights. Obviously, yeah, like, I shouldn't have to mention that one. That's obvious. But I'm thinking about those other ones. Yeah, so there's the +3 ranged attack. Expect to see the University drop down as well, just for the Incendiary Arrows. I think that's going to be quite important for him to pick that up. Is he going to throw it down towards the front? There it is. There's the University. So expect to see those Incendiary Arrows coming through soon. But we've got another bit of a counter raid coming in. CSO, he's up about double the vills on Beastie in this game right now. He's just taken out a huge amount, Beastie has, of CSOs. We've got Spyglass coming through. Great to see it. We're going to keep an eye on that University. We want to see if he's moving into the Incendiary Arrows. Elite upgrade still not yet through, and Beastie could be in trouble in this game. Forced away from this gold at the front. No age up coming through yet for the Beast, by the way. So he's going to be fighting elite units with his feudal age, sorry, castle age units. That wouldn't be fun, fighting feudal age units. And he's moved forward into this position. He's in a bit of trouble here. He's given it up, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. The Beast from the East tapping out. CSO, the victor in this game. Now, keep in mind, if you'd like to check out more of this EGC TV content, I'm going to be leaving a link down in the description to where you can watch it live, so make sure you go check it out. Nice game from Beastie, but unfortunately, in the end, CSO comes out on top.